The Likud party has signed a coalition agreement with Labor, the Likud's traditional rival, possibly leaving out religious and nationalist parties. Shalom to MK Danny Danon of the Likud.
Shalom.
So tell us, why did PM-designate Netanyahu bring Labor into the coalition?
Prime Minister Netanyahu from the beginning said he wants a broad coalition, either with Labor or Kadima. He worked very intensive to achieve it. I think this is a time for us, the people who care about Eretz Israel, to make sure that the Likud Leumi will join the government in order to make sure we're going to have a majority of people who are committed to the cause, and we're going to have a national government, national coalition. That's why I'm in touch, and I'm trying to persuade both Netanyahu and Ketzale to have Likud Leumi within the government.
Now, what is the advantage of having Labor in the government?
Well, from the Prime Minister-elect point of view, he wants, in order to fight the struggles we are facing both with Iran and other enemies, to have an international impact. He thinks that the fact that we have a unity government with Labor, with Barak chairman as defense minister, will support him worldwide. And you're going to have in one hand Lieberman as Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the other hand you're going to have Barak, and in that way he can maneuver better.
So will this move, which displaces Moshe Ya'alon from the defense ministry and gives multiple cabinet posts to Labor, cause dissent inside Likud?
Well, I think the most important thing is the guidelines of the future government, and I think Netanyahu did a good job not letting Barak and the Labor put any mention of a Palestinian state or any mention of a two-state solution. I think that was the most important thing in terms of the guidelines of the future government. In terms of the portfolios, there is a problem. I know I speak with a lot of my colleagues, and they are disappointed that the major portfolio will not be in the Likud party. But we still don't know exactly who will be in what position. So I think we should all wait until Tuesday, and then we can actually see what is the outcome.
Now, you talk about not pursuing the two-state track, and yet the coalition guidelines call to honor past diplomatic agreements.
Yeah, I saw that as well, but also in 1996, Netanyahu said he will have to deal with past agreements. But, every agreement is binding for both sides. And from knowing the agreement with the Palestinian Authority, they breached the agreement a long time ago. So I don't think anyone expects us to fill an agreement when we see the other side breaching it on a daily basis. I think the main point of that is if you have the peace accord with Egypt, with Jordan, that will be kept. But in terms of the Palestinian Authority, they are breaching the agreement on every issue.
Now, you mentioned treaty violations, so why doesn't Netanyahu abrogate the treaties?
No, I think, it's very vaguely stated in the agreement with Labor, and in terms of diplomatic relations, every government is obliged to go on with the existing agreement. So I don't think it will be a matter, but I think that now every agreement that we look into it, we can easily prove that it was breached by the Palestinians. So, and I see also the mode of the agreements of the Labor, it's not going to the direction where we're going to have calling for any disengagement or any compromise. I think Barak knows as well the task we're dealing with Iran, the task we're dealing with Hamas. We're probably going to go for another confrontation in Gaza. So I think that's what we're looking ahead, is the way we bring security back to Israel and not looking into existing agreements.
MK Danny Danon, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.